Welcome to another episode of Obscured Reality. Join your hosts, Mark and Stephanie, as they take you through a journey of the extraordinary, bizarre, and often frightening world of the unknown. Explore topics of the paranormal, UFOs, alien abduction, lost civilizations, mythical monsters, and other unexplained mysteries. Come along with us as we transcend into another dimension of obscured reality.
Bend it backwards, go pack really hard, just right in the middle of the forehead. Fucking mushroom stamp them.
Mushroom stamp. Welcome back to Obscured Reality, motherfuckers.
I hate
you. just heard
I
it
hate
here.
you.
Stevie is mushroom stamping people. I hope
hate you
I'm the first.
So much. No.
I am in line because I'm gonna take video. Oh my God, I can't tell you.
I can only imagine how much of that you're not going to add in, so no one has any context as to why we're talking about this.
There will not be context. No, there's no way in hell. No.
Full context. We're talking about slapping people in the face with dildos. So
hey, I'm stupid, but I wasn't born yesterday. Wait,
no.
I said that fucking right? Wrong. Yeah, mushroom stamps. God damn,
we're talking about hitting people in the faces of dildos because people don't know how to like.
No, don't tell them why. Don't tell them why.
Because you can't act respectable.
Hey guys, if there's things in life you don't get, that's cool. But don't be shitty to other people because you don't get jumped in. Okay?
Everybody has something going on in their life, and please understand and respect that this holiday season when you're dealing with people in customer service. We're humans too. We have a lot of shit going on at home. We have family problems as well. It's not a place for you to take it out on us, though. So avoid the dildo to the face.
With that said, guys, like, share, subscribe, and comment, and we will catch you next time. I'm just kidding.
Just a PSA for the holiday season.
Yeah. So, we're back. This is Mark. This is Stevie over here, obviously going on a rant. This might wind up being a thing at the beginning of each episode because we got one coming up in a few weeks. We've got a little funny Stevie saying at the beginning, which is good. But we got one for tonight. I wasn't even trying, but, with as much as you talk, it's not hard. Of course, if you got me talking, you probably get shit on me too. So. Actually, I think I said a couple things there before you guys are going to see. So let's just start off. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Most importantly, subscribe. If you got an obscure story of your own, send it to us at obscured1@gmail.com. That's obscure with a D, r1@gmail. Type story in the comment line. Tell us your story in the body. We'll tell your story for you anonymously on here and discuss it. If you'd like to be on the show, you can do so very easily. Just let us know in the email with your story that you'd like to come on the show. Very simple to do. Requires almost zero effort from you, and we can do so anonymously or not, completely up to you. And you can tell your own story, up to you. We'll discuss it, have a good time. Tonight, we're gonna circle back around to UAPs.
All right,
UAPs. We are a tad late on this one, but that's okay because we're not necessarily all about, hey, breaking news, we got to do something the day of. Not a huge deal. We tell different obscure stories. Unfortunately, right now, UAPs are huge in the news, so we will be reverting to this once in a while. But with that said, this is more of just kind of an update and keeping us informed on what's going on with this whole UAP thing and kind of our opinions and see where we're at each time this happens, and are things changing for us, our opinions, our ideas on what's going on, what's happening with Congress, which we're going to get into a little bit tonight. So this happened, I don't know the exact day, it was a week or two ago. I don't know if you know Stevie, but the group of lawmakers came out and they essentially, it was just like a press conference, I think, with them. This wasn't a hearing where they were questioning the people from UAP group from the government or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
This was just these people. So this is a bipartisan group of House lawmakers. So this includes Representative Anna Paulina Luna. She's from Republican from Florida. Tim Burchett, he's the biggie in this whole thing right now. He's Republican Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Gaetz, Republican Florida. Jared Moskowitz, Eric Burleson, Republican Missouri. They call themselves the UAP caucus. So,
Okay.
they are claiming that the intelligence community is concealing information about unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, and that they're scuttling
Wow.
attempts to release the information to the public. So we already kind of know that that's the idea and kind of what's going on, and we've seen these congressional hearings with these particular representatives, typically
Mm-hmm.
headed up by Tim Burchett.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who were there. Well, some of them, as well as what's the other
Don't.
government person? Well, you know, she. Well, you don't know who Anna Paulina Luna. Probably you probably don't know what she looks like. She looks like her Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio
Oh, okay.
Cortez.
Okay. Okay.
She was in one or two of these congressional hearings.
Okay.
Where they were
AOC.
questioning David Grush. He's the whistleblower that's
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, I interviewed all these people." Blah 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 blah. So a lot of these people, if not all, are from the group that's doing that. So this particular press event, or whatever they called it,
Mm.
um, well, the story said that this group of congressional leaders, led by Representative Anna Paulina Luna, I don't know for a fact that she's the one heading it. Apparently, must be, but from everything I've seen, Tim Burchett is the one who's on this. Stevie, when we're done tonight, you
Mm.
need to go look up, like, on YouTube. Just search for Tim Burchett, Burchettt, Tim Burchett
Mm.
UAP, and look for videos on that and just watch him for just 1 minute. You'll love this guy. This guy, even though he's Florida, no, he's Tennessee. My bad. Yeah, Tim Burchett, he's
Okay.
from Tennessee. So that will explain more. He is straight up, like, no joke. He's like, dadgummit, these guys are hiding something from us on them UFOs, but not, but in a smart way. Like,
Tell me he has the
it's in a
Tennessee
very professional
accent.
way. Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
it's in a
god.
very professional way.
This is gonna be great.
He's fucking great. So a lot of this is getting
That's
stemmed
funny.
up from him, but she's
Mhm.
the one heading us up, I guess. So the group of congressional leaders, led by Representative Anna Paulina Luna, she again Republican from Florida, said the Pentagon and other agencies needed to grant Congress, as well as the American people, more answers to the unidentified objects, some of which have been observed flying in ways that appear impossible with current technology.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're seeing that, there's something going on, and everyone wants answers.
Yeah.
Observe flying in ways that appear impossible with current technology. And you always got to keep in mind, like, when we always say, what that light in the sky or that thing did, the way it moved, that's impossible. Like, we don't have anything like that. You always have to remember, we meaning 99%
Yeah.
of the population of Earth.
Civilian.
There's the few where, let's say this was our technology, or even not. There are those few within the government, within the military industrial complex, that do know.
Mhm.
Okay, so just because we say to our current knowledge, you got to remember, if they're hiding something, which it's been clear for decades that they probably are, then it is something that might be known about by humanity, just not the majority. So here's a quote from Luna. The American people are not stupid. We can handle this information. Other countries have declassified similar information, and it's time that the United States stepped up to the plate and did the same. Now, she says we're not stupid. we
I'm
can handle. Yeah, you are what?
gonna disagree.
Well, right now we need to agree because they are playing their cards and doing everything they can to help push and figure out what the hell has been going on. The UAP community has known this stuff the whole time as possible, and all of it just one by one keeps coming true. So I'll agree with whatever they say as long as that pushes and pushes and pushes the government to get the shit out. Um, let's see. Yeah, so she said the American people are not stupid. We can handle this information. So as we know, handling the information, there's a big idea that's been going around for quite some time that's saying basically they think that one of the reasons the government's never told us about UFOs and aliens
Because they
is
think we
because
can't handle it. It would cause mass panic.
they believe the majority of people can't handle it. And I say, okay, it doesn't matter what you think.
You
If
have
you have proof, if you have proof behind that, cool. But it doesn't matter. If we can't handle it now, then who says people are going to be able to handle it in 20 years or in 50 years? Either way, at some point, this is going to be a thing. It's coming out, period. It's just a matter of, is it going to come out in 2 months, 2 years, or 20 years? You're going to have the same problem. It doesn't matter when the fuck you do it, unless you turn us into a place like one of our adversarial countries where you don't want to say things as a citizen, right?
Or else you and like 3 generations of your kin are going to relearn what it means to be loyal.
Yeah. Exactly. So, unless you got that kind of hold on the people of America, you just fucking come out with it. Because what you're doing is you're pissing people off. You're making more and more people not trust you by the day. Imagine this. This whole UAP thing is coming out. There are more. The trust in the American government is at an all-time low. Okay. Now, when you have all these people who vote, who are already, because of this whole COVID debacle, even a lot of them, and we're talking grown-up adults, older than me, older than you, that are actually slightly changing their tune. They're even starting to have a little less trust in the government. And now they're hearing all this UFO stuff, and they're coming to realize, wow, everyone else and the news and Congress is taking this seriously. There's clearly something going on. Guys, come out with the info now, because you're just slowly looking, I think, way worse than you would be if it was just any other normal day.
Air Force, we're looking at you.
Yeah, Air Force. Well, all of them, So
Air Force, though, has a long and beautiful history of being like, we don't know, but we were involved.
What? What'd you say?
Huh?
Yeah.
Acronyms? Which is funny considering the military is full of acronyms, but just that one seems to be forgotten.
Yep. Well, it was never forgotten. They were using UAP the whole time, not UFO. Why?
Right.
Because of all the FOIA requests. Guess what? You FOIA UFO till you're blue in the fucking face. You ain't gonna find shit. You know why?
Yep.
Oh, because we've been working under UAP the whole time. Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah. That's putting it lightly. So yeah, the people can handle the information. If they can't, oh well, because you're still going to have to deal with it now or later.
Eventually.
And I'm telling you right now, with what some of these big people are doing, like Lou Elizondo, Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, if you guys, the government doesn't say anything in it, let's say this is aliens, let's say this is life from somewhere else, they come down and land here tomorrow and have some magical way of communicating with people, and they start doing it. They land everywhere in all the countries, start talking to people. Oh, we've been here for a long time. Yes, the crash in Roswell, right? Like, this shit's gonna come out immediately. And government, you think you look bad now, it's gonna be even worse. If you have no control over this. So So they also said that Grush, so we're kind of harkening back to David Grush, will grant permission for lawmakers to view his report, Luna said on Thursday. But lawmakers were still baffled at the secrecy from the government as well as other members of Congress. What?
I'm baffled.
Yeah.
Why are you baffled by? I don't know. I find that funny that they're still baffled. Like at this point, it's kind of a given. I don't know. I just find that funny that they say
Yeah.
that.
Well, they're making a lot of points, not necessarily here, but you go watch some things on this, some interviews with some of these people, like Timber Chat and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not
And,
saying that. I just find it funny that
no,
the terminology they're using.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm replying to you.
Mm.
I'm responding to you. So if you watch some of them, what you'll see, and it's kind of in here, but not too much. It's really getting them because they've gotten pushback before on plenty of different things, right? And there's a clear pattern as to how that works. However, with this, it's not like that. These people, they've straight up said, we're being fucking stonewalled. Like there's no answer anywhere. There's no talk anywhere from the government. Like this is bullshit. And they're saying that like this is on a level they've never seen. So that's why they're saying these things. Of course, they're not baffled at the secrecy from the government. They're baffled at the secrecy from the government on this issue. And because Grush is going to give lawmakers the opportunity to view his report, Grush has already submitted numerous people that have been allegedly working in these programs high up that supposedly pointed them in the right direction to Congress and others. They have supposedly already come forward. So yeah.
No, it was just the phrasing.
Yeah, no, I was just replying. So another quote. So this is by Representative Jacob Moskowitz, a Democrat from Florida. Why did the previous ones? Oh, it didn't say. Yeah, Moskowitz. He says, why are folks who are in charge of committees, whether they are in the House or Senate, opposed to this disclosure? This is not about whether there are aliens or there are not aliens. Oh, yes, it fucking is, he added. But the response to questions about the UFOs. The problem is when we ask those questions, rather than being provided information that would prove it false, they stonewall the information, and that is what piques the interest. So I never realized that word was spelled that way. Interesting.
What, peaks or interest?
Oh, peaks. Do you know how to spell it?
Peaks.
Okay. Now let me reuse it in the sentence. They stonewall the information, and that is what piques the interest.
Peeks. I don't know.
Piqueus.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, interesting.
So
English lesson of the day.
Yeah, he's saying this isn't about whether there's aliens or not.
But yes, it is.
It is, but there's a lot more to it. What he's saying is the problem is when we're asking them these questions, instead of them even giving them information that would prove this stuff false, they're just completely stonewalling them.
Which, when you plead the fifth, makes you look guilty despite the fact that you're pleading the fifth.
Right. They're not even trying to lie.
Yeah.
They're just straight up
denying.
What? No, they're not even denying. They're just not doing anything. And this is the big problem they've been running into.
I feel like is kind of a denial because like you heard us. You heard us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so there's an amendment to the House version of the National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, offered up by Representative Timber Chat. This would create a baseline of transparency and declassification of information regarding UFOs, which some lawmakers view as just a starting point. So this was the big thing. They were kind of talking about the NDAA. Not much in this little conference thing. But yeah, they're trying to put that out there. And I think this has to do with getting them to talk as well, getting the government. But they're trying to set some guidelines and put these forward so that they hopefully can help and
Right.
these people start coming out with this, meaning the government.
Right.
So, quote, it is insufficient, though, to seek this transparency from the Department of Defense alone. We have to have cooperation so that all 50 authorities through the intelligence community are also subject to review, and the FAA, the NSA, the FBI, even state and local authorities that have information are able to have that cataloged, assessed, and then put out before the public, said Representative Matt Gaetz. So this is all what they're looking to do, you know. They're really pushing to get this shit out, and all these groups have something to do with it. The FAA, the NSA, the FBI. You pick the CNN, the FOX, right? I mean, it's all of them. It's all
I was
of
like,
these
hold
motherfuckers.
on. Some TV stations threw me off for a second.
So, quote, whether it's little green men, American technology, or worse, technology from the CCP, the China Communist Party, we need to know. There needs to be better cooperation between agencies, and Congress has a right, an obligation to know. This is about transparency. This is about accountability. The truth is out there, and the American people are ready. So, that's kind of what we got. I don't know. I mean, this whole thing is slow going.
Yeah.
And which, whatever. But people want to know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if you've seen anything on this recently. Let me have a sip of my Celsius first.
Is it our flavor?
Mm-hmm. That's all I have. I told you I bought cases of them.
I gotta admit, I got burned out on that flavor.
My
ADHD is a son of a bitch, man. I get hooked on something, and then like mid sip or mid bite of that thing that I'm obsessed with, my brain goes, "This is gross now."
I'll tell you, there's another flavor I'm starting to get a little used to. We'll talk after the show. Hey, the doctor said two apples a day, 2 cookies a day, something like that. So,
yep.
Yeah.
An apple a day will keep him away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple a day will keep your mom away, guys.
Yeah, you just gotta chuck it at her pretty hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, this whole thing's interesting. It's slow going. Watching these guys talk and stuff, they're really pushing. They're doing what they can. They know. It's clear. Something's happening. Something's going on. It's a matter of figuring it out and what it is. The word on the street through all this stuff is still that the belief is that this is not human technology. The other side to that belief, part of that is that a lot of what is currently being seen is human technology. However, from reverse engineered something else. I was watching an interview with someone recently who specifically was stating what these people are seeing. The way he was talking, it's as if he had proof of this, but of course you don't get the proof. He was saying the things people are seeing, these things are doing weird shit in our skies and the oceans. He's like, this is our technology. He goes, and I found that it's been reverse engineered. The question is, what's it been reverse engineered from? Which would most likely be, the idea would be something extraterrestrial. So that's the whole deal. And it kind of really seems like that. You tell me. So there's a new thing I've been hearing about, and it's not really that new, but they're called aerogels. Have you heard of aerogels? No?
Sounds familiar?
You should look them up later. So I just saw some things on aerogels the other day, and this one guy is straight up. He's like, he looked into, this is a smart guy. He's looked into a lot of patents and stuff from the U.S. government. He's like, they've been using this stuff called aerogel. Aerogels are what is used in the heat tiles on the space shuttle and stuff. He goes, there's aerogels used in that. He goes, we're at a point now where they do this, and what the aerogel is it sounds like it's a mix of two things. I think it was Oh geez, I can't even say it now. I don't even remember. It's like magnesium and something else. I don't
Hmm.
know. But basically, what they do is they put like these super thin layers together,
Yeah.
and they inject this stuff into them, and it holds a lot of air in. Basically, it's lighter than air. This aerogel is just lighter than air. So
I've seen it.
yeah,
It's like the lightest like solid ever. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've seen that. I
so
know
they
what
show an experiment with one where it's in this glass like jar. The jar's upside down so it doesn't float
Mhm.
away, and it's just sitting there, and it's reactive to light. So
Mhm.
they literally take a light bulb, they hold it up here, and they slowly bring it down. And as they get right to the top of the glass, the aerogel, the little piece of aerogel in there, just goes right up. Then they have one where it's out of the glass, and they're moving the light around, and it's literally following the light. And to keep it from touching the light, they have to every once in a while move the light real quick to keep it away from the aerogel, right? And it's like whoop, whoop, it's moving really fast. And that's one of the points they're making is look how fast it's actually moving through the air depending on what's done with the light source. It's actually moving pretty good. I would argue, well, you can't see those air currents right there from moving that light bulb up real quick. It's obviously going to pull air and do some weird things. Hey, watch that headphone. We got a lot of echo last time, half the episode.
I muted
Huh?
myself. I heard one of my dogs make some noises, so I'm
I'm just
assuming.
saying, remember to put that back
Oh,
on
I
because
am.
that's half last episode. Stevie.
Look,
Echo, 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 echo.
no,
Echo.
I heard out there, and I was like, all
Oh,
right, which
that's
one of my girls are being an asshole? So I just
nah,
had to
that's the
check for a second.
poltergeist. That's a poltergeist.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my pig snorting dogs
Yep.
fucking having an attitude about something in there. Don't
Yeah,
care.
that's what they do.
Yeah, they snort. They snort like
Well,
pigs. It's really
Give
funny.
him some aerogel, maybe he'll float away.
No face. Isn't that what they filled the ant with for Harry Potter? Watch her fly away.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about, but I
you've
doubt
never
it.
seen Harry Potter. That's right. Never mind.
I never said I've never seen Harry Potter.
Well, if you didn't
I
know
don't
what I'm
think I've
talking
seen
about,
them
you
all.
would have seen. Okay, yeah, you would know which one I'm talking about had you seen that one.
Mm.
It's in the beginning of
I
the
don't
movie.
know.
The ant like is disrespecting Harry's mom, and like Harry accidentally blows the ant up, and she like floats away. And
Oh, that's probably just
aerogel.
air. Hot air.
Hot air and some aerogel.
Well,
Yep,
ooh, I
she's
heard him bark. Oh no. Oh, world's coming to an end, guys. Hey, mushroom tip on the forehead. That's not what you said. Mushroom stamp.
mushroom stamp. Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing. So aerogel. This guy was saying that Tic Tac is most likely aerogel.
Mhm.
And he's talking about having some we talked about this last week, I think. A little
No.
bit, and having some nozzles coming out of it, and that
Oh,
when
yep,
they
that
want
part,
to when they want to move it, they
Mhm.
just let some of the pressure out, and it's like Brew. And you know what was really shitty about the way this guy talked, it was just I don't know how these people don't pick these things out, especially people who are watching this stuff and really
Mhm.
studying this topic right now. He goes, yeah, the Tic Tac that David Fravor, the Tic Tac he saw off the coast of Southern California, he goes, that was almost guaranteed. This aerogel stuff, and they have their electronics inside or whatever. It was the size was right. It's about 40 feet. It looks just like these patents and blah, 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 blah. And he's saying, and the guy asked him who was interviewing, so yeah, but how the thing just take off. He's like, oh, he's like, that's easy. If something happens, whatever, and they want to get out of there, they just do this other nozzle or whatever, and it releases the pressure, and the thing just goes whoop. And he did it and said it with an upward motion. He goes exactly like what David Fravor stated. And I was like, wait a minute. David Fravor saw this thing, according to him, go pew, that way, not up and down. How do you control this thing forward and backwards? How do you control this thing going forwards? And if this is made out of aerogel, how do you get it to move that fast, that quick?
Right.
You know, it
Yeah.
just doesn't add up to me. I don't think it's this aerogel stuff. It very well could be. Who the fuck knows? But, you know, it still has to. Aerogel's got to abide by physics. You know, it's not exempt. Right? There's still
This
air
is true.
pressure.
Yep.
It moves through the air. There's more air hitting it. That's makes it harder to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is what they're trying to do. This is a recent update. This was a Thursday, I think, a week and a day ago when this happened.
Yeah.
So
A week and a
they're
day
still
ago.
pushing. Yeah, they're still pushing. They're really pushing. It looks like someone we know, not we personally, I wish we did, may be having a hand in still in coaching these people and making trips. Speaking of George Knapp, I don't know that he currently made a trip to talk to them, but he has recently done things like that. So it's good because they're kind of barking in there and helping these people understand the depth of what's been going on for
Right.
numerous decades, which is good because helps these guys ask the right questions. And the government's gonna be like, how the fuck do you know about that? How do you know
Yeah.
about Bob Lazar? S4? I don't know. And not saying S4 is real or not, I don't know. I mean, can't make heads or tails of Bob Lazar. It's difficult, but yeah, we'll have an episode on him at some point. Very in depth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think is going on here, Stevie? Is your opinion changed on the whole UAP topic?
No,
Or
I mean,
yeah,
I still believe. I've always believed. I just
believed what?
that we're not alone. To
Oh, okay.
believe that we're alone and that we're the only intelligent beings in the universe, I think, is small-minded and ignorant. But the more that they ask questions, this little UAP congressional group, the more I'm actually starting to take them seriously. Because at first it's like, I kind of thought, oh, this sounds like an angry group of moms making a stink about something. But now the more that they actually press the issue, the more they continue to talk about it and ask questions. It's like, all right, maybe you legitimately have an interest in not only just the information freedom, but in the actual UAPs as well.
Well, you got to
genuinely.
Remember, these are our state's Congress people, right?
Mhm.
These are people who are being paid by us. They're hired, technically, in a way, by us to help. One of the things they do is watch the government spending and making sure it's in our best interest, right?
When has it?
And
When have they?
Well, they need
I
to
will
be
argue that I will die on the hill that they do not give a flying fuck about us. We did not hire them. We just suggested who should get hired. They never have our best interests at their heart, and the fact that they're even doing this is like I said. At first, I thought it was just a group of moms per se to be stinky about something, but now the more that they actually ask about it, the more I genuinely feel that they have an interest in it outside of the freedom of information.
Yeah, I don't want to get it too deep politically. I don't know shit about politics, but I don't think if you watch some of these people in this particular group talk, I don't know. I look at some of the Congress people different than I do the government, right? The state government, yeah, I know. Typically, they don't give a shit. Look at California; it's going to hell in a handbasket everywhere. I totally get it, but these ones seem like at least a few of these seem like the perfectly straight up, straight arrow shooting whatever people, and I think that's probably why they're some of the ones that are in this doing this as well. And I'm not saying they're perfect. I don't really give a fuck because we don't have any control. But
as time goes on, I just appreciate them more, though. Yeah.
And what my point was this, and that's that there is a huge chunk of money that our government is spending that does not have congressional oversight, and that is one of the biggest things it is supposed to. Of course, we're not going to be told about a lot of that, but that's why this is one of the jobs of our congressmen and women is to have an eye on that, because when it comes to the big government spending, that's one of the things they're supposed to be watching in and make sure that's being spent in our best interest. Now, obviously, a representative from Florida is going to have different interests, and the public's going to have different interests than a representative from California and the people in of course, there's too many variables. But the general point is there's a huge chunk of money that does not have congressional oversight, and it should be. And what the government's doing is illegal. These guys have said it numerous times. What they're doing is illegal. So
Surprise, surprise, the government
yeah,
is doing
so there's
something
a
illegal.
so there's a
with
bigger
our
fucking
money.
reason for them to hold the shit back, because it sounds like, from everything I've been hearing, it's sounding like they really want heads to roll once this shit comes out. There's a lot of stuff, and if what Grush is saying is true, we're talking about people who literally lost their lives because of this, basically being murdered because of this stuff. So there's a lot of reasons for them not to come out, besides the fact they've been hiding something for a long fucking time, at minimum, at least since Roswell.
Yeah.
So,
But like I said, you asked my opinion on it, and
oh yeah,
so like the more that they actually push the matter, the more I'm actually starting to respect them as like
yeah,
people who legitimately want answers on that topic and are not
that's
just
good to
using
hear, because
this
I'm sure
as,
you're not the only one.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
don't know. At first, it was like, are we just using this as a topic to, as a ploy for something else to, because they always, wiggle other things in when they're writing laws. So
Wiggle,
who's to
wiggle,
say
wiggle,
that
wiggle, wiggle.
wiggle, 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 wiggle. So who's to say they're not going to do something like they're just using this as like
Yeah,
a foot in the door for something else? But the more they talk about it, the more they start to sound like genuine about like.
Well, I don't know what
giving
you
a
could
fuck.
attach to UFOs.
No, but it's the whole, like you
You
said,
know?
the whole money oversight, the whole freedom and information, and lack of clarity from the government and the DoD and our military. So it could go a lot of different ways. Not necessarily
Yeah.
a UAP UFO, but other routes along the same
Yeah.
line of freedom of information and hiding of like information from the government,
Right.
from the government to the government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, government hiding information from itself, essentially. So yeah, but I'm starting to respect them a little bit more. They're starting to show that like they genuinely actually have an interest in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel they genuinely do, and it's nice to hear someone like you who doesn't follow it a lot. You
Or
hear
have a
things
lot
here
of
and there,
trust
I'm
or
sure.
respect for our government at all.
Yeah, but I'm talking about following this whole topic.
Oh, that
and
too, yeah.
It's good to hear that, because, I think this group needs our trust. They're basically asking for public's help as well to push all this.
Mm-hmm.
They're really pushing to get this stuff out. Here's what I say. Well, unless Biden's in on it or isn't and just doesn't know it all, you know what these
There's a
fuckers
high
need to
chance
do?
of that. That man
You know
doesn't
what
know
these guys?
shit.
Yeah, these guys need to do is they need to find some of the best within our military, security wise. We're talking boom booms and shooters and all that, and they need to get about 50 of them on fucking payroll. They need to get a few of their attack helicopters, a few Black Hawks armed as well. And what they need to do is they all need to meet up at McCarran Airport in Las Vegas. They need to hop on this shit with all their security, and they need to go towards Rachel, Nevada. They need to hit the dirt road that goes out to Groom Lake, Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get to that gate where the camo dudes are always hanging out. I'm talking they need to be driving in vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some people on the ground that can tell them what they're doing and what they're going to do, and that you're not going to stop us. And helicopters just slowly fly with them, right? They need to get up to those gates and just drive the fuck through. Say, you touch those helicopters, you shoot them down. There are 5 different Congress people on there from 3 different states and about 50 military members for security. You guys do anything, you're fucked. This is all being recorded as well as live streamed, and they need to just get the fuck in there and go straight to Papoose Lake and verify that first. Papoose Lake is where Lazar says S4 is, the underground base where they have these 9 alleged alien craft and blah, 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 blah. Because ultimately it all starts there, and they also need to go to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and do the same thing. They've been notoriously popping up in these stories for decades.
Right.
Right, Pat. It's all going there.
Yeah.
Including
where
what was out at S4.
That was
Allegedly.
the whole flyover incident back in the 60s, right? Where all of the warheads went offline at the same time. That was the Air
No.
Force Base, right? No, different
That
one.
was
Okay.
Malmstrom.
Okay.
Malmstrom Air Force Base. Yeah. So, still an Air Force base. And for all I know, it's probably happened at Wright-Patterson too. I mean, it's happened in a lot of places. So, yeah. Stevie's getting fleas off the cat
No,
there.
the cat has this really bad habit of trying to lick me constantly. She is a groomer. She loves grooming everybody except for herself. So she'll just
That's
creep over and start licking my arm or my hand or my shoulder or my leg or whatever is closest to her. And it's like, motherfucker, after a while, just stop.
They
She's
got rough tongues. Who knows what they could use them for? Do cats like peanut butter too? Or is that just dogs?
I think that's just dogs.
That's nasty, but
That is nasty.
yeah,
You went
I'm
there.
on the same I'm on the same page as you. I like peanut butter. I'm talking to the cat, but I'm on the same page. I mean, I think these guys are doing a good job pushing. I think they need to push harder. I think they need to get more people involved, and we need more of these people like David Grush, but the ones who've had their hands in this that allegedly have already testified behind closed doors. They need to all, if there's quite a few of them looking to come out, they're already talking. They just need to band together and just come out and say what the fuck's going on.
Enough of this. I interviewed
ultimately,
stuff.
Yeah. Some of these people could get some proof out. There's no way that some of these could get something out. At least some pictures, something that might not give away your position and who took the photo. But we need more. The public needs more. I don't necessarily need as much as the public who doesn't really follow this, but ultimately the public needs more.
Yeah.
You'll want them to get behind you, Burchett and Luna and all them. That's cool. But they need more. They need more. And I think you guys need to be
one piece of solid evidence.
Yeah.
Something.
And I think you guys need to be out there in the media talking about this more. Make this known a lot more on the internet, TV, news, all that.
Agreed.
So, bling bling. That's it, guys. UAPs. Boring story tonight, but not even really a story. But yeah, that happened a week or so ago, just over a week ago. So, had to mention it. And that's it. Like, share, subscribe. If you got a story of your own, obscure story, maybe you work in one of these classified black programs with Lockheed, Boeing, NASA. They're all mixed into all this. Shoot us an email. Obscured with a D, r1@gmail.com. Popping up there right now. What was I saying? Just kidding. Type story in the subject line. Give us your obscure story in the body of the email. We'll tell your story for you. We know a lot of people don't want to come out and tell anyone, so it's a way you could do it. Nobody knows it was you. If you want to be on the show, you can. If you have an obscure story, just let us know in that email. It's very simple for you to do. You can be on the show anonymously or not anonymously, but more importantly, tell your own story on here, and we can have a talk about it and see what's going on. And hit the bell.
Yes.
It does
hit that
things.
bell. Hit that bell so you can get notified every Friday. It's 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific when we release another episode. So don't miss out on any of them and get notified by hitting that bell.
Yeah, she said it best. And with that, guys, I think we're going to get out of here. Go get mushroom stamped.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check back with us often for new episodes. Feel free to drop a comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Obscured Reality.